Hey guys, welcome back. In the previous videos, I kept expressing how we cannot integrate products or quotients when in actuality we can. What we're going to have to do is something called a U substitution. U substitutions happen to bases, angles, and exponents, depending on if you're talking about exponential functions. That's when the exponent is our u. If we're talking about trigonometric functions, that's when the angle is our u. Or when we're talking about a binomial or a sort of like a polynomial that's being raised to a power other than 1, that's going to be our u. So in this video, I'm only going to discuss the ones that are bases. In the next video, I'll show you about the angles, and then in the third video, I'll do exponents. I'm going to make these videos short, okay? So in this problem here, we're going to have to do a U substitution. The reason why is because this is a product. Also, this is to the 9th power. It's to a power other than 1. You're not able to expand this. Now, when we integrate, you're only allowed to integrate single terms to a power. This is not a single term. This is multiple terms, right? This is x squared minus 4 to the 9th. So what we do is we set u to be x squared minus 4, okay? We're going to then take the derivative of u, which is du dx. We're going to take the derivative of x squared, which is 2x, and the derivative of negative 4, which is 0. We're then going to solve for dx by cross multiplying. So what happens in this case is you're going to say du equals 2x dx, and then we're going to divide by 2x on both sides. So dx equals du over 2x. So pause the video and watch that first. Okay, so you might say, why are we doing this? Well, I'm going to just go in order. I'm going to write down this integral sign. I'm going to leave the 2x as is because I never touched this. I converted x squared minus 4 to a u. So that's going to be my u. I never touched my 9. And now dx needs to be changed because we're changing our variable from x's to u. So what is dx? Dx is equal to du over 2x. What you notice here is that the 2x and the 2x cancel out. That's beautiful. If the x's don't cancel out, then there's a mistake. So the 2x and the 2x cancel out, and you're left with u to the 9th du. How do we integrate? We add 1, and then we divide. Now, since we started with x's, it only makes sense to go back to x's. So what is u? U is x squared minus 4. So your final answer is x squared minus 4 to the 10th power over 10 plus c. Okay? So let's try another one. This is going to require us to do a u sub. Sure, you can expand this because it's only to the 2nd power, but we don't want to expand it, okay? So what we're going to do here is we're going to say this is a u sub because this is a product and it's a base raised to a power other than 1. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to allow u to be my base. What's my next step after I do my base? I take the derivative of u. The derivative of u is du dx. The derivative of 2x to the 6th is 12x to the 5th. The derivative of negative 5 is 0. We're going to solve for dx. So du equals 12x to the 5th times dx. And then we're going to divide. That crosses off. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to go back and rewrite everything. Here's my long s. I never touched 3x to the 5th, so we're going to rewrite that. This is my u, that's to the 2nd, and then dx is du over 12x to the 5th. My x to the 5th cancels out. The numbers don't have to cancel out, but the letters do. What's 3 over 12? 3 over 12 is a 4th. So I'm going to just leave the 1/4 out because it's just a coefficient. Sorry, u squared du. So we're going to have 1/4 u to the 3rd over 3 plus c. because you're able to integrate single terms. Now I have 1/12 u to the third plus c. You just go back and you put the u back into here, and that's going to be your final answer. 1/12 parentheses 2x to the 6 minus 5 to the third power plus c. Let's try another one. This is a quotient. You're not allowed to integrate quotients. So who's going to be our u? Well, the trick is the person with the bigger exponent is going to be our u. You can't just take 7x to the second because it's connected to positive 14x. Now you might say, well, it's kind of breaking the rules because you said that has to be raised to a power other than 1. Well, actually it is, because this is raised to the first, but if you were going to rewrite this, it would be x plus 1 times 7x squared plus 14x to the negative 1. So it's to a power other than 1. Okay? So let u equal 7x squared plus 14x. du dx is equal to 14x to the first plus 14. du over 14x plus 14 is equal to dx. Great. So we're going to go back in order. And what I'm going to do here is I'm actually just going to rewrite this just like this. X plus 1 over u du over 14x plus 14. Think about it. How do we cancel those out? If you don't cancel out the x's, then you can't integrate this. Well, you can't just go like this. That's illegal. They're connected by a plus 1 and a plus 14. So what you do is you factor out this 14 and you're left with x plus 1. Now this cancels out with this and there's no more x's. So you're left with 1/14 1 over u du. Do you remember who gives you 1 over u? Absolutely. ln of u. What is ln of u? ln of 7x squared plus 14x plus c. So that's how we integrate that. So I hope that makes sense. These have to be able to cancel. Here's another one, and I believe this is our last one for the video. Okay, so what are we going to do here? Well, this is a quotient. It requires a u sub. Once again, you can tell that's to the 1/4. First and foremost, if there's no parentheses underneath, you just put the parentheses to the first. Okay, so, sorry, not 1/4, 1/5. Okay, let your u equal to x to the third minus 4. du dx equals 3x squared. du over 3x squared equals dx. You just go back in order. It's going to be 2x squared, u to the 5th, du over 3x squared. Because that's what dx is. dx is, okay, so we have 2/3, u to the negative 1/5, du. You're going to add 1, so that's going to be 4/5, and then you're going to divide. It's going to be 5/4 plus c. That's going to give you 10/12 u to the 4/5, and then you guys can simplify it and plug back the u. So I hope that makes sense with the u subs. Okay, so come back for the